project. So which one will be the core focus area that you should choose, and you should have 5 students in your team. We always recommend that it should be a combination of junior student, senior student, boys and girls. So be ready with that. The name of the student, the year of study, the department, the gender. So all these informations, and each team should have a faculty mentor. So please keep all this information ready. The moment we ask you to register, we will send you a link. There you can go and register this information. So this is what we will be expecting you to be ready with for registering for the Innova competition for the first time. Okay, then later on we'll have subsequent registrations. We'll let you know. But this is what I want you to communicate. I want to communicate to you. Please be ready with that. Having said that, I will now introduce the speaker for this today's session, Mr. Subayan. Mr. Subayan has been in the renewables energy for 30 years. He's been a strong supporter for PALS. He has been supporting us for many years. He has been supporting both as a judge in the competition as well as contributing in helping the students as a mentor as well as in conducting sessions like this. So we are privileged to have his experience and his hard support for PALS, for his continued support for PALS, as I say. So thank you so much, sir. So now we will start this session, sir. So I will leave it to you. As soon as you say that, I will start the Slido quiz. Yeah.
Sure. First of all, thank you very much, Barney sir. Okay, so it's my privilege, and really I'm happy that Pulse is using my experience, and I am very happy to educate our the students. Okay, so yeah, I am ready. So if the team is ready, then we can start. I hope you can able to see my screen. Am I right?
Yeah, we are able to see your screen. Okay, now,
Yes, sir.
guys, you switch over to Slido, please. In the Slido, you will be seeing a poll.
So I am pasting the Slido in the chat box as well as the YouTube also.
There are 10 questions. Please answer those questions. So we want you to first give what is the current understanding. Before the session starts, we would like to know what is your current understanding of this defining the problem statements. So we will take you a survey of that. And then after the survey session is done, we'll go through it again and see how much you learned on this. Yeah, please go ahead and answer the questions. We'll give you, say, 3 minutes. So there are 10 questions, 30 seconds, or 5 minutes I can give.
So Ben sir, you can stop, share your screen, sir.
Acha, okay, fine.
So that, yeah, he's sharing his.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay,
yeah, you can stop share so that.
Yeah, 1 minute. Let me.
So, yeah.
So can I share?
Yeah, now, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Barney, sir. Now it is. We are able to see.
I think.
Now I stop. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Now I can see Barney's screen. So request participants to you answer through browser. So you when
yes.
Barney
Please go
sir,
to this side.
Yeah.
There will be 10 questions.
You
can start answering it.
So I'm pasting the link in the chat box as well as the YouTube. So please log in.
Only 5 have logged in. Yeah, I mean, I'm very surprised.
So request participants, around 100 and plus participants are there. So please register. I am pasting it.
We have been asking you to register right from beginning. You're not even registered.
I am pasting it again and again. So please register.
Please answer.
This is not an exam, huh? So you can free to participate freely.
Yeah.
It's only to help you.
Active. Only 3 to participate. 5
And
people are
please,
joining.
please stay in the Slido. You will be having more questions coming up, so please don't log out of Slido. Once you log in, keep your login on until the end of the session. Why it is showing me only 5 every time?
Just to refresh, sir, so that
Yeah, let me check.
automatically it has to come.
Yeah, I thought that's what it will do. It is only showing 5 participants. Why are you responding?
5 only registered. So request participants, so please register. I am pasting.
Are there any difficulty? Oh, now it has become 6. If we need all of you to participate,
Yeah.
this Slido quiz
Hey,
is
it is
mandatory
not
for all
exam, just
participation.
register. Now
Yeah.
it's coming 7. Participants, please register.
Only 7. Do we really have 150 on the call? Why only 8, 9 are joining? Yeah, surprising. Are you guys not interested? This is going to be a very, very interesting session. You will learn a lot, I can assure you.
Whether they are finding any difficulty in
Now
opening
11.
file? Yeah.
Now it's coming.
Yeah. Okay. No. I'm wondering whether they have any problem in
Yeah.
opening this way.
If there are any problem,
Please
please
let
raise
us
your
know.
hand.
Yeah.
We'll address that.
They don't have any problem, it seems. Just they need to give 13, it's coming. 14.
14.
So, Bani sir, no problem. We can wait another 5 minutes also, or 5-10 minutes, because
Yeah,
it is
I'll
important.
wait. Yeah.
Important to know the baseline. So,
Yeah.
So please record your attendance and also please join the Slido quiz.
I think we'll give 2 more minutes. Let's see. I think we have to switch over to the session, taking too much of time.
Request the participants, so please register in the Slido.
We have about 30 people. $34. Okay. One more minute and then we'll go to the session, sir.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. Okay, I'll stop sharing. You can take over.
Sure.
Okay. Parallelly, we'll check it out.
Yeah. Again, good afternoon, okay, to students and faculty, and also thanks to once again thanks to Pals. Okay, so you can wonder, why it is refining the problem statement. Okay, because we are being doing this, problem statement discussions for a long time. Immediate after Innova project has been incorporated. So we are, I mean, at least I under the impression that the problem statement itself, has been already understood. Now it is time for us to refining this problem statement to the next level. However, as I understand from Mr. Barani now, while he introducing the session, so there are a lot of newcomers, joiners also. Am I right? So I will start with what is problem. So three slides on the fundamental. Then we will see how to write the problem statement. Okay. Whenever you have a clarification or doubt, please stop me, because this session is purely to support you people. Okay. So I am open for any question anytime in between. Don't hesitate to stop me. Okay. With that, I will move on to next slide. These are all going to be the content. Okay, I'm going to have a very very short session. I want to have more and more question and answer, that is interaction session. Okay, the content is going to be first a definition of the problem, then what is the purpose of the problem statement, how the problem statement should be written, then what are all the components of the problem statement. Then if time allows, we will look at what next after problem statement. Okay. Now, definition of the problem. First, we should know every day, day to day life, we are having a lot of problems. Am I right? If there is no problem, life will be get bored. The same way, it is the life of corporate also. I worked for 30 years. Believe me, all along 30 years, I was given the responsibility to identify the problem and resolve the problem, and with to improve the customer satisfaction. This is for the business. The problem is the key. How you are identifying the problem, how effectively you are resolving the problem, will give edge for your career growth. Because problem, normally we will think problem is problem. No, no, no. Problem is required. Okay. Well, while we go through this session, I will give some of the examples also in day-to-day basis. How problem help us to you know uh, identify new projects, continuous improvement, and also innovation. Okay. So by saying the problem statement or definition of the problem is any activity, whatever the activity you are doing, or whenever you are going through a process, whether it is ticket reservation process, or commuting from your home to your college, whatever it may be, or task. Even the person could be a problem which is difficult to deal with, or deliver against any contractual or intended output. Every process will have an intended output. Am I right? When you are studying in the college, the faculty may expect you to excel. Amari, the parents expect you to come with good marks so that you will get into the good career. Am I right? So everybody will have some intent output. If there is a difficult in deliver against, when it comes to company, maybe a contractual, when it comes to other process, maybe intended output of the end user, okay, or customer, may be considered as a problem. So just an example, okay, when okay, I will show you the later, okay. So the key point here is first identify a problem to get the right outcome, then the solution to that problem. Okay, these are the three aspects you will have to keep it in mind. Please understand. First, you will have to identify the problem related to the concept given to you as far as policy is concerned. But in a day-to-day life also, first you will have to identify the problem. When you go to the doctor, first he will have to identify the problem. Am I right? So first you will have to identify the problem. Then what is the right outcome out of this problem? Then what could be the solution? Maybe little confusion between outcome and solution. You will get it soon. Okay. Now I stop here. Probably Robin or Mr. Barani. So
Yeah.
now it is time for us to go to a Slido quiz. There you can find very interesting exercise. We can give 5 minutes, Mr. Barani,
Yeah,
up
we
through
can give them 5 minutes. Yeah.
5 minutes. You look at the
Yes.
picture. Okay, I will move on to next picture.
You can stop sharing. I will share my screen. Please, everybody go to the Slido screen.
Request the participants. I pasted the Slido quiz link in the chat box. So please join. Please register and join. Just go to the browser and yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to show you on the next question.
So 65 participants have joined.
Yeah. If you find any difficulty in sharing, I will share it.
Okay. So this is the question you are going to answer. So look at this picture. What do you see here? And give your thoughts. How will you define their problem statement? You use a simple sentence. And don't, you can start answering it here.
They can answer through audio also.
Yeah, if anybody wants to spell it out, we can open that.
Sir, can I enable the chat, sir?
Yeah, I
Or
think.
Barney, sir, can I enable the chat or?
Should we enable the chat? I don't know. Let's wait. Well, let's take the answers here. People are typing their answers.
Okay. So I have enabled now with the host and co-host. So maybe you will receive the.
Okay. Yeah, please chat. You can type your questions in the chat. Answer in the chat also if you want. So people are answering.
Yeah.
School students across the river to school. People face difficulty. There is no bridge to cross the river. To create road and route. Okay. A lot of interesting answers are coming.
Super.
This is interesting.
Hmm. We'll give one more minute. You can, we'll see more answers.
Will you define the problem?
Good participation. Sir, I'll stop here. Uh, so you can take over, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So it looks like they already have a basic understanding about the problem statement. Okay.
Hmm.
So anyhow now can you able to see the picture slide?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So students and faculty, see this is a river in between the village and the school makes commuting difficulties. This is a problem. Am I right? There is a river in between the villages and the school students difficult to make the commuting. This is a problem. Okay. Now interesting thing is villagers or students should cross the river. This is what I said earlier. There are two part into it. From the problem, from your problem statement, there are two outcomes. I mean, one outcome, other one is the solution. What is the outcome? Village or students should cross the river. That should be the outcome. How? That is the solution. Either you can build a bridge or tunnel or ferry to cross. That is depends on the timeline availability, depends on the budget availability, depends on the feasibility, technical feasibility. You can arrive at the solution. Okay. Now, please understand. Whenever you find a problem, first you clearly specify in your statement what is the problem. Don't bring the solution into the problem. Then next step could be what are all could be the outcome. From then you can choose the solution. We have a lot of tools for that. For each step, how to write the problem statement and how to get the outcome and how to get the solution. Okay. Maybe at the end of the session you come to know about it. Fine. So now I am moving to the next slide. First, what is the purpose of the problem statement? The purpose, because before we solve the problem, first we need to write a problem statement. Why we need to have this problem statement? The first thing is the team, the stakeholders should understand the issue or challenges. Okay, stakeholders means start from you to the end users. All should understand what is the issue or challenges. The problem statement will help in that way. Then framework or scope. Okay, the once you write a correct problem statement, the all the stakeholders should understand, hey, this problem statement is talking about so and so. That is framework of the problem. Okay, including what gaps currently having and what is the from the current practice or knowledge available. Okay, then it is important to incorporate in the problem statement, or the purpose of the problem statement is to understand the consequences of the problem. The consequences means my suggestion could be three part. One is the qualitative part. Second one is the cost part. What is the impact with respect to money? That is cost. Okay. Third one is timeline. Normally, I used to say QCD. D means delivery time. Okay. So whenever you are writing a problem, that one of the purpose is they should. I mean, whoever seeing it or whoever going to work on that should know what are all the consequences with respect to quality, with respect to cost, with respect to timeline. Keep it in mind. Okay. Then the purpose of problem statement is the communication to the stakeholders. Okay. When you are in corporate, the all other functions should know, or your management should know what is the problem in which you are working on. So it is a very good tool to communicate to all the stakeholders. That is what in corporate they usually say. Whenever the problem comes, the first thing is you let respond to the stakeholders. This problem statement will give very clear communication to the stakeholders saying that somebody is working on my problem. So it is very clear. If they have any clarification, they will come back to you. So the communication is one of the purpose in writing a good problem statement. Other one important thing is that teamwork. Whenever you are writing a problem statement, you obviously need to discuss among yourself. Am I right? Conducting a small brainstorming and kind of things. So it will, the purpose of writing the problem statement is also improve that teamwork. Okay. I don't know how many of you have a practice of reading a newspaper in the morning. Okay. I'm so last one is of course this is a basic for innovation and research project for sure. That is one of the purpose of the problem statement. That is what you are working with Pulse now. Okay. So how many of you read the newspaper? So in this slide at the end, I will show you one news to explain how the problem statement should be. Okay. Wait and see. The first thing is, as I said, description of only the issue or challenges. My experience, or I have seen that most of you already written the problem statement. In the problem statement, the solution also. That should not be. This is the first principle of writing a problem statement. Whenever you are writing a problem statement, you should think of what is the core problem and what is the impact of that problem. This is what, and what is the scope of the problem. So the problem statement should consist of only the problem. Don't bring the solution or anything to there, root causes into that. Okay, that is one. The second thing is your problem statement should communicate clearly what is this your framework, okay, or what is the scope in which you are going to innovate or you are going to find a solution. And your problem statement also should support you to sail towards the solution. Okay, that is also important. And importantly, most of the problem statement, even though some of the problem statements looks good, but it's only the statement without giving the data. Okay, so it is important for you to collect the data before write a statement, problem statement. So where you get the data, that mostly my suggestion could be you go and talk to the end user or where the problem emerges. So they will throw a lot of data on you for a certain period. It is important for you to put the data to impact data to highlight the problem and also data on the impact consequences of the problem. Okay, these are the very key point. The finally it help and ensure the stakeholders aligned with you because you need the fund. Am I right? So so all the stakeholders should align, not only the team, also your end user and kind of things. Okay. Now in the side you can see I have seen this the news in the Hindu 3 days before. That is, Kerala's maternal mortality ratio rises steeply from 18 to 30. How beautifully it is written. is clear problem statement. The one thing is now you compare here, okay? It talks about only the problem, not the solution. Okay, that is point number one. The second thing is framework. It talks about only the Kerala state. That too, in the chart you can find comparatively between last 7 years. Am I right? So it clearly indicates by seeing this, anybody can understand the impact of the problem. So it's suddenly going up from 18 to 30 for 1 lakh. Am I right? It's serious. So you can find the data over there. The scope is very clear. You cannot change the whole world. So what you will have to take the point from here is that you please find the scope where you can play with. Okay. Then also important to collect as much as data. This problem statement also can be written like this. There is a maternal mortality ratio rise steeply in last year, something like that. That will not give this much impact. Am I right? So next question will come. Hey, where? It is in India. It is in Tamil Nadu. It is in Kerala. It is in Madhya Pradesh. Am I right? So it also talks about scope. Then the impact of the problem, that is with the data. So this is what the problem statement should be. Now I want to stop here and ask, do you have any question related to this slide? Please feel free to ask me. I will stop for 30 seconds. If you have any doubt or clarifications, don't hesitate. Please ask. Is very clear? The problem statement should be consist of only problem, no solution. The second thing is the scope of the problem where you are going to work should be defined here. The third one is the problem statement should have data as much as possible. One is to highlight the problem, other one is to highlight the impact, consequences of the problem. Clear? Any question? Okay, fine. Let me move on to next slide. Then what are the components of the problem
One
statement?
question, once again, Dharanidharan has raised the hand.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, Dharanidharan from ACE, I think Aras. So,
Tanjore.
Dharanidharan, you can unmute and ask your question if you have.
Yes, Mr. Dhanidhar.
No, he's simply raising the hand.
Sorry, I didn't understand your question. Sorry.
I think he simply raised the hand. Dharanidharan, you can unmute and speak if you have any questions. Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay.
You can.
Okay. Fine. Okay, no problem. Okay. So now the components of the problem.
Dharanidharan. Yeah, you can go ahead with your question if you have. You are unmuted now.
Okay, if you have any problem with the mic, you can chat, write it in the
Yeah,
chat
you can
so
chat,
that we can take it up.
Yes, sir, you can go ahead, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
So the components. So one is the description. Other one is, as I said, it should be qualitative and quantitative. The consequence, again and again, I'm telling, there are simple 4 components you can focus on. One is the description of the problem should be very, very simple. Make it very, very simple. Okay, I will give some examples in next page. Okay, then impact, then affected party or stakeholders. That means the beneficiary of your solution. That is also should be there. Okay, whether it is farmers or your commuters, or villagers, or students, whoever it may be. Okay? Then the important thing is you can enhance your problem statement, the period of the problem. That is a specific, that is what I say scope, or area of the problem you are going to focus. Everything. And measurable impact. This is important. The impact of or the consequences of the problem should be measurable and the stakeholders affected. Okay. Another example I want to put it here. So it's come again in the Hindu, I think yesterday. The private kindergarten costs are proportionately high. This is a problem statement. Then, how much, which state, and scope is for India. Maybe later you can go through that. It's also, these are all full of problems. They didn't give the solution, but they have written the private kindergarten costs are disproportionately high, and they have given pull down all the. So here the description of the problem is very simple, and consequences also they have said the dropouts of the students, okay, and affordability of the students they have written here, okay. Then who is the affected party is ultimately not only children, is their parents. They are not able to educate their children, and children are not getting the affordable for the good education. So see what I'm saying is when you read a newspaper also you can connect, so that you can understand how the problem statement can be refined. Am I right? Okay. So now what will happen if you write a poor problem statement? Poor problem statement may lead for ineffective solution is one. Okay. And also negative consequences on safety, quality, and cost. Again, SQCD. That means safety, quality, cost, and delivery time to your stakeholders. Ultimately, here in Pulse, your project will be, rejected. So please spend. If you are going to work on any projects in Pulse, my suggestion is that spend at least 50% of the project time on defining the problem statement. Once you define the problem statement correctly, then believe me, 50% of your problem solved. Once you define the correct doctor, once he diagnosed and identify the root cause of your disease, then it's a matter of medicine. Am I right? Technically, it is easy to fix any problem, but the the difficult part is understand the problem and write a correct problem statement. That is what you will have to there. You will have to spend more time. Okay. Now, I want to go with some of the example. This is taken from the last few years. The problem statement given by students like you. Thanks to Mr. Bharani. You can write. I mean, you can see here as a medical education and patient engagement increasingly rely on innovative technologies. There is a critical need for effective tools that enhance the understanding of human anatomy and facilitate informed health discussions. This project aims to develop a virtual reality. What is that? So they already bring the solution into the problem statement. Okay. This project aim to develop a virtual reality. You can see that. Am I right? So they already bring the solution into it. Can you follow here? This project aims to develop a virtual reality application that provides immersive 3D. All the solution has been already written. This is not a good way of writing. Yeah, two things. I already explained, make it as very simple. Okay. I try to do that. Okay. So you can find it here. Just give your feedback later. First, you will have to give, between 2020 and 2025. Seven incidents of medical staff attacked by patients, family members in XX districts lead for agitation by medicos. Reduces confidence on medical staffs among public and unrest in the public. Then you may wondering, what is this? So you are talking about different thing. The problem statement talks about different. Am I right? So what I'm saying is, if the team intend to work on virtual reality in medical between professors and students, and also between doctors and patients. So why they need to do? Why they need to develop this? Because some incident, what is triggering them to look at this solution? This is actually solution. From the solution, they try to arrive at the problem statement. This is my imagination. This is my imagination of problem statement. So my suggestion is that whenever you plan to do such a projects, first you will have to sit together and write down all the potential problems related to this. This is one among them. Am I right? One of the problem statement I can write, and then you can, next step could be, what is that? Collect the data. What are all the reasons? Then probably one reason could be the explanation of doctors to the patient or understanding of the patients about the disease is not good. So it lead for the agitation. Obviously somebody may get agitated. Am I right? So how to overcome these difficulties? The solution could be virtual reality. Understand? So this is what the problem statement could be. Another way of writing it, the same. Failure rate of medical students increased from 1% to 3% in subject related to human anatomy in Tamil Nadu. This may lead for lack of quality of medical professionals in future and reduces confidence among public about quality of treatment. So this is what the problem statement. Then once you work on this problem statement, probably one of the solution could be whatever specified there. Clear? Any question or any clarification or challenges related to this, please. I will stop for 30 seconds. Anybody can.
Participants, you can ask their questions through chat box or raise your hand option. I will unmute you.
You can ask. Question may be wrong, or there may be a very good improvement point from your side for this problem statement. Please speak up. We can learn together. Okay. Okay. Anyhow, so Robin, let me move on. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Next example. This is also very, very interesting. I like this problem statement. Okay. The agriculture sector is currently facing multiple challenges, such as demand for manpower, poor utilization of resources, bugs, special, blah, 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 blah. All these things, very good. Somebody may question me saying that, sir, this is perfect problem statement, full of problems. Am I right? From the first line to last line is completely problem. What are all the problems? Problems. It's fine. It's a problem statement. How can we, say this is not the problem statement? I'm not saying that. This is comparatively good problem statement. But think it over. What is missing? First thing is make it as simple. See, when just as I'm deviating a little bit, whenever you are going for a meeting here also, the human brain is such a way that if it is more than 1 hour somebody is speaking, the concentration will go off. Am I right? Right. Likewise, whenever somebody is reading your presentation, should be very simple and interesting with the data, so that it will catch their eye and catch their mind, and they will, yes, this is the project we can support. That is what it should be. Okay, clear. So as I explained earlier, the one is problem description is very good. The second thing is scope, little missing. And third one is data. I don't find any data over here. Am I right? So let us see how it should have been written. This is a good problem statement compared to earlier one. Okay. So let us see. Again, this is my way of writing. Okay. The yield of agriculture sector in Tanjore district in the year 23-24. Sorry, it's a mistake. 34 I put it. 23-24 reduced by 10%, which increases debt, non-payment of loan, and suicidal case among farmers. Okay. Now you think it over without seeing this problem, whatever I have written. So, what are this problem statement? First of all, who is the stakeholder? Is a farmer. Am I right? Is a farmer. So when you go and talk to the farmer, you can ask, sir, what is your problem? Okay. Then how much money you lost and what is your handicap? So why you not able to get the yield? Is it because of the pesticide use, or is it because of the shortages of the pesticides, or because of the unseasonal rain? So this is what you should start talking to your stakeholders and get the data, come back, sit among yourself and discuss this how to refine your problem statement with data, with some framework. You cannot find a solution for the whole farmers across India. You choose your area farmers, for example, talk to them, 5-10 farmers, get it or take the data from available agriculture department, horticulture department, then refine your problem statement. Again, in this problem statement, you can find one is the clearly who is the stakeholders, easily you can identify. The second thing is the data, and third one is if it is possible, okay, increase the depth by percentage, you can put it over there. Non-payment of loan also, you can, if you discuss with the 10 farmers, out of 10 farmers, 3 may say that, hey, I could not, pay any of the loan. Some may say that 50% I paid, but remaining 50% I have not paid. So collect the data and put it over there. Then how many farmers suicide? Now we are frequently seeing how many farmers get suicide because of this issue. Am I right? So bring that kind of data into the problem statement and make it as very simple. Understood? Okay. So I start with that, and before I get into the next step after problem statement, I want to open for a question answer session because this is actually not part of this session agenda. But I want to give some hints after problem statement what you could do. So I prefer to stop here, and I now open for a questions or clarifications from you. Now Robin and Mr. Dharani, please. Barney sir, if you have any thing to be added, please do that. Otherwise, I am done except this slide, which I want to take it up after the question answer session if time allows.
Sure, sure. Time is there. Yeah, please go ahead and somebody raised a hand a few minutes back, few seconds back. Any questions? Please
Jagan,
go
I
ahead.
think. Jagan, I think you have raised your hand. I have unmuted you. I have enabled the chat box also. And
Yeah,
if you
please.
have, you can send your questions to askpalspm@gmail.com also.
Because I planned this presentation only for 45 minutes because exactly we have started at 1:45 it looks like. Now it's 2:30.
Yeah, participants, you can raise your hand.
We wanted this to be a very interactive session because
Correct.
you
Exactly.
have to ask
Yeah,
questions.
Mohammed, 1 second.
Yeah.
Mohammed Imran, you can unmute and speak. Mohammed Imran, you have raised your hand. It's gone. Yeah, Mahadesh.
Come on, please.
Yeah, Mahadesh, yes, go ahead. Mahadesh?
Somebody is talking, but a lot of echo.
Yeah, Mahadesh. So you can type your questions in the chat box also. Suppose if you have any audio issues. Mahadesh, you can speak. You are unmuted now. Yeah, Siddharth. Yeah, Siddharth. MEFCO.
How to collect the data, sir?
Sorry?
How to
How to
collect the
collect
data?
the data.
How to collect the data?
Yeah.
So first, it depends. It depends on the projects. Okay. So one is physically you can go to the field. Go to the field.
Absolutely.
That's what I said. Go to the field. So that is the right way of doing it. So you may. That's what I said during the presentation, the informer case. Okay. So either you can directly go and talk to the farmers, or you can collect the data from the agriculture department website or horticultural department. But my suggestion is better to go to field and get the data, collect the data.
Sabari, you have raised your hand. You can unmute. Sokesh. Sokesh. Sokesh, you can unmute. Nobody is.
As said by Mr. Barani, actually we want very interactive session. So this is only to support
Sokesh.
you.
Sokesh, you can unmute.
See, most of the students, what we have seen in the past is they have an idea, but they don't. They are not even met the stakeholders. Suppose you are trying to address the problem of a farmer. You must meet a farmer. You cannot sit in your classroom or in your house in Chennai and imagine the problem of a farmer. You have to meet the farmer and collect the data. The data comes from the stakeholders. So please, that's the way we expect you also to do in the competition.
Yeah.
You must meet the stakeholders, interview them, collect data. It can be a photograph, it can be video, it can be a voice recorder. You can do anything you want, but you must definitely go and meet them.
The good thing is that compared to previous years, the last year I can see most of the groups already met the stakeholders. That's a good thing. I mean, that's what it should be.
Sir, one
Okay.
question. What you are
Guru
saying is like
Prasad.
presenting the problem without giving full details, just
No, no, no.
summarizing it and putting the details into a single word.
No, I think he has misunderstood.
No, 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 no,
Mm.
no,
Ah,
no, no. So it can be, see, the problem statement could be 3 lines or 4 lines or even 5 lines. Doesn't matter. So likewise, what I say, you can see the screen. Am I right? So it's a full of problem statement. It's very good. That's what I said. Very good. But whatever the 4 points I said, the first point is make it as simple and very very clear. While reading, the stakeholders or opponents should understood clearly what is your problem. What is the problem you are considering for your project? That is point number one. Point number two, we can able to see the quantification of the problem. Quantification of the problem here, that's what I said, with the period between 23 and 24, the agriculture yield was reduced by 10%. So there you can, instead of that, you can say that the yield of agriculture sector in Tanjore districts reduced in 23-24. That is also fine. You can write all this the same. What I'm saying is sentence, two sentence, three sentence, four sentence, doesn't matter. If you are populating with the scope, populating with the data of your problem, and populating with the data of consequences, then that will be a very good problem statement. That is what you will have to refine the problem statement. This is very good problem statement in the top, what our students written. But next question, probably your stakeholders may, hey, where it is happening, whether it is in London or in America or in India or Tanjore district or Tamil Nadu or Karnataka. Am I right? You cannot work for the farmers across the world. By seeing the problem statement, one should understand what is your framework for the project. So your problem statement should have, one is framework, the second thing is quantification of the problem, and also the quantification of the consequences of the problem that will give the impact to the audience. That is what we said. If you want to refine the problem statement, you will have to use the data as much as possible. That is what the takeaway. Please don't misunderstand that. I will insist for only the 2 lines, 3 lines. No, no, no. If but again I am telling you, if you can write essay type of problem statement, but the stakeholders while reading may lose, or the confidence level on that problem statement may go down. So that is what again and again I'm telling, make it as simple as possible, but with more and more data. That should hit you. I mean hit the audience. That is what it should be. If you have any clarification, you can write down or send any of the problem statement, even with 4 or 5 sentences. And if you are putting the data into it, that is fine. No problem.
sir, shall I jump in? I want to give one example
Yes,
on
please.
this. Yeah. So, see, Guru Prasad, to answer your question, see, you should understand that when you define the problem statement, you are actually telling the problem statement to an expert. So when you talk to an expert, you should give him the facts. For example, you are not well. You are going to meet a doctor. You have a stomach ache. Okay. You must go and tell him that you are having stomach ache. You can tell him that whether your upper stomach is paining or lower stomach is paining. You can talk the facts and how long it's been paining. You should not go and tell the doctor, I had 20 pani puris and because of that my stomach is paining. That means you are already giving a root cause without even diagnosis. You are biased. You are taking the doctor a biased view. He will think that it is due to indigestion. That is, it could be completely wrong. It could be a appendicitis also. So you may completely mislead the doctor. So without telling any suggestions, without telling any solutions, tell the facts. That is the problem statement. So instead of saying without giving details, you should say without giving any solutions. Just tell the facts. The facts will illustrate the problem, and then the expert will arrive at the solution. That's what we are highlighting.
Okay,
I
so
hope
next
it's clear.
question, sir.
Yeah.
Siddheshwaran Mefko, how to calculate the feasibility of the solution to the proposed problem statement?
Feasibility of
The solution.
Feasibility of
So
solution to the proposed problem statement.
no. See, there are two things. Problem statement once you return, okay. Problem statement. So that now I think answer to your question. Let me put it over here. Once your problem statement is ready, refine data through sourcing of further data if required. That's why I'm saying go to the field. Then brainstorm to identify probable causes for the problems. There you can use fishbone diagram or Y-way analysis. Please note, is a probable cause, it's not a root cause. Probable causes, because first brainstorming session will throw you 5 or 10 causes for a single problem. Okay. Then third one is conclude on root cause of the problems, probably one or two, by eliminating some of the probable causes after verification with data. Okay. Here itself, you can understand which causes are feasible, which causes are not feasible. Or the causes means once the cause is known, solution is easy. Am I right? Identify potential solutions and see the theoretical result of each solutions. This is the step in which suppose you are identifying or drill down to two root causes, then for these two root causes, you will have to find a potential solution. Then out of these two solutions, which one could be the feasibility solution? What is feasible? In your case, again, the it should be within your budget and within your timeline, and also it should not give a temporary solution to the problem, but it should fix the problem permanently. Am I right? These are three aspects. So if three aspects are met with, then that problem or that solution you can consider as feasible. First thing is the budget. The second thing is whether it is possible for you to complete or finalize the solution within the timeline given by your stakeholder. The third one is whether it is going to give a permanent solution to the problem which you have stated in your statement. Okay, this is what I said. Select appropriate and cost effective solution to build a prototype. Okay, so I hope this answer your question. If not, please come back.
Okay, sir, that the Guru Prasad is again. Sir, you mean that the main problem is farmers cannot detect crop health issue early? Because of this, they use pesticides and fertilizers inefficiently, which reduces yield, increases cost, and harms the environment. For example, in Tanjore, yield reduced by 10% in 23-24, leading to debt, loan default, and even suicides. So the core issue is lack of efficient crop monitoring and yield management, right?
Yeah. So whatever you are highlighting here is one of the causes. Am I right? So inefficient knowledge about the crops or what kind of fertilizers to be used. So if you do the cause and effect analysis for what is the reason they are doing, I mean, go for the extreme end of suicide, or why they not able to pay the loan, then you can find all these kind of things. Am I right? See, please understand. That is what just I said. One gentleman asked the question, what is feasible solution? You cannot, you cannot chew more than what you can. Here the lot of problem has been highlighted here. The one is the lack of knowledge on the latest technology. Other one is labor side. Am I right? Three, four problems may lead for this issue. So first thing is you will have to identify what are all the root causes for this problem, and out of these three root causes, which one you are going to do considering the feasibility study. Okay, so this is ultimately there is a labor shortages, there is a insufficient knowledge. Okay, multiple challenges. That's what they said. Non-availability of manpower, poor utilization of resources, bugs, pesticides. Can you able to fix all these problems in one shot? You cannot. Am I right? That is what I said. First, you will have to sit together and list out all the problems. Then choose one problem at a time for this particular project. Then work on that. Okay. Here, as I said, this is a very good problem. It's a very good, how can I say, is a multiple problem listed over here. But if I given a chance, okay, if we are giving it opportunity for you to work on this project, could you able to find a solution for all these problems listed here within 6 months of this project timeline and come with a prototype? No. Am I right? So you will have to find, fine tune, and you decide which problem could be addressed for this particular project. Then you take it up again. When you identify a solution for one problem, then the positive consequences of this solution could be that will minimize the other problems also. That's normally we will call positive consequences of this problem. There you can list it out. You can identify which are all the feasibility, possible solution. You can work on that by focusing on one problem. For example, demand of manpower. If you find a solution to overcome the manpower issue by using drones or technology, that may reduce or increase the yield, reduce the cost to the customer, farmer. And also, while using the drone, you may say that, hey, in the drone, we are going to use that technology to inject the right chemicals. Yes, it could be. So, positive consequences of the project outcome could be solve or mitigate the other problems listed over here. Understood? So my suggestion is that instead of taking multiple problems and put it in the problem statement, you decide, list out all the problems. Then as a team, you can create the checklist, with respect to timeline, with respect to the costing, with respect to the qualitative outcome solution. Okay, then you list out, then you take.
Unmutable.
Yes, please.
Yeah, Sripati Engineering College. Adarsh or Jitin, you can unmute and speak. Ask your question. Sripati Engineering College. You have raised your hand, Jitin and Adarsh. Okay. Sir, one question has come from Avinash Moses Mefpur. Sir,
Yeah,
even though the problem and solution have been clearly identified, creating a prototype requires infrastructural capabilities beyond our current resources and knowledge.
you can outsource. If budget is there, you can outsource. Am I right? So I can understand. So if you have a problem statement one side done, then you can also you have already identified the solution. Now it is time for you to build a prototype as per Paul's requirement. Either you can, but I think Paul's already giving some kind of alternative also. Um, but probably Mr. Bharani can answer to this question. But in my opinion, if budget is available, you can outsource and get it done and verify by you whether it is delivering the right solution or not against your problem. Mr. Bharani, if you want to
See,
add, please.
yeah. See, the infrastructural requirements nowadays is far more within our reach as compared to what we were facing 30 years ago when we were students. That time it was completely out of our reach. Now you cannot say that because everything is available. I mean, you just have to know where to find it. So even if you want to talk about, say, space technology, there are avenues available. There are companies which are encouraging and they are providing. So based on your requirements, based on your project need, I'm sure we can find, if you have a good idea, if you have a good prototype, I'm sure we can find where to get the right infrastructure to build the prototype. So that should not be a great issue. Any other
Any
questions you
questions?
have?
Yeah. Yeah.
What exactly is the problem you're trying to solve? Who is affected by this problem and how? What evidence do we have that this is a real and pressing issue?
Is it statement or question?
Yeah, it looks like it's a statement.
Statement.
See, I mean, if you're trying to ask, yes, these are the questions you should ask.
Shripati Adarsh, if you have a question, you can unmute and ask. I have
So
unmuted
before
you.
you finalize the problem, you ask these questions. You ask these questions and then finalize the problem.
No,
Okay.
no, to identify the problem, let me give some suggestions. Okay, in any corporate, I mean, good corporate, at least the company where I worked, Siemens. Okay, every whenever we are facing a problem in the assembly line or in the logistic or in the project phase, we have a system called problem logbook. Whenever they are facing a problem, they will enter into the problem logbook. Okay, and once in a month we will review this problem, and we will identify the risk attached to it. Okay, in weekly basis also, what are all the risk attached to this problem. Okay, it should have been already fixed, but whether it is repeatable potential is there or not, how to prioritize it and all these things. Then we will select every month top 20% of the problem and give it to individual engineers to resolve it. These are all very simple problems that's normally we call low hanging fruits. Am I right? To support these engineers on various tools to resolve the problem. My suggestion is, as a student, you once Paul's given the concept to you against which you are going to, write down the problem statement. You sit together and write down minimum 6 7 problem statement, or identify the problem first. What are the problems from day to day life in and around you? By seeing the newspaper or visiting some area, keep eyes ears open so that you can find a lot of problems over there. then list out all these problems, then you decide based on, again, based on the timeline, based on the costing, based on the quick fix, are easy to handle from a student's point of view. Choose one or two problems, then try to write a statement after collecting the data. This is what it should be. Okay, now this year the concept has been already given, so you will have to list out or populate the problems, you know, maybe 10, then from 10 you can drill down to 5, then you start collecting the data. Somebody may say that no, 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 first two problems we may not get the data, leave it, then remaining three we get very good data in place and problem also very clear, then it's easy to fix it, then we can use the tools, then you can sit together and write the problem statement. That is what your problem statement, prior to problem statement process should be. Okay, so this is what it should be. Prioritize based on 3 4 factor: safety, quality, cost, timeline, QCD. Keep it in mind. Any company you go, or for anything in your personal work also, only three key aspects needs to be taken care. One is qualitative part, of course, safety first. Qualitative part, yes, Q. Then cost part, C. Then delivery timeline. When you are visiting a restaurant, for example, Saravana Bhavan, Saravana tastes good, Sambar Vada is good. But if they are taking too much time, and you have to wait in the table for more than half an hour to get one plate of Sambar Vada, can you go there next time? No, am I right? So the customer expectation is not only at affordable cost, quality is important, and delivery time also important. QCD. I am keep on saying that QCD, but you will have to first consider, yes, safety is given without saying safety first, then QCD. When you write down the problem statement and whenever you are looking for a solution, please always keep this in mind.
Okay, next question, sir.
Yes,
Mohammad Ayas from EFCO. How does the problem statement incorporate the potential impact of macroeconomic fluctuations?
why can't? Why? Why macro? Today, see, more than our generation, now you people are having excellent data bank available with one click. Am I right? So, macroeconomics, do you think that macroeconomics cannot be predicted, or data cannot be taken? It's easy. Easily it can be taken. So, Mr. Barney, sir, do you want to add anything here?
Uh, no, sir. I think that we have given them a fair idea. Somebody has also acknowledged. So I'm glad that, see, I think the idea was make you understand how you define the problem so that you can clearly work on the right ones. Because many a times the project fails because the understanding is going wrong. That's what you have seen. So once you have the understanding right, then I think you are in the right path. Please collect data, as Mr. Subayan has been emphasizing. Very, very important. I mean, without data, don't go by perception because perceptions are always misleading. See, somebody will say something, but that need not be true. So please collect data, validate yourself. That's what I would like to highlight. Yeah.
Sir
Thank
was
you.
mentioning about this question. So, how does the problem statement incorporate the potential impact of macroeconomic fluctuations? Do
Uh,
you want to add anything? Is
no, nothing more, sir. That is good. What you said is correct.
okay.
If
So,
we
from
solve monitor,
BCW Sanjana, if we solve the monitoring issue with technology, the chain reaction is better yield, less depth, fewer farmer suicide. Is that correct?
Monitoring is one side. There are, see, for any problem, okay, if you assuming that you are encountering a problem.
I think you're talking about crop monitoring.
Crop monitoring, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what my suppose you identify the problem, and you are saying that we are going to have a monitoring. Monitoring is not the only way to resolve the problem. For example, as per your statement, the monitoring of a crop, okay, what are all the things you are going to monitor? Like they talked about labor, am I right? Challenging in getting the right labor at low cost. That could be one of the challenges they have. Assuming you are going to monitor, hey, today we want five labors, but we are getting only two. What you are going to do? Unless otherwise you have, unless otherwise you have the solution in hand, okay? So it will not help. Forget about labor. For example, the yield. Okay, unwanted things are coming up in between the crop, or it need water. It need some kind of fertilizers. You already monitor, but unless you know what are all the right chemical to be used, because every box may want different kind of fertilizers. Am I right? So that is what the horticultural department is doing. Monitoring definitely will help you to populate the data. Again, you will have to work on the data to find a right solution. Monitoring definitely is the first step to find a solution. For sure. You're right. But that monitoring alone will not help. Okay, with the help of monitoring, that means collection of data. One is availability of the data, second one is how effectively you are going to use the data to control the defect or control the negative impact. That is what it should be. I hope I answer your question.
Okay. So one more question from BCW Satya Shri. Would the proposed solution reduce only pesticide misuse or also help with the fertilizer and water management?
No, I think people stuck with this farmer.
Yeah, farmer things. Yeah.
Okay, you read out again, please.
Would the proposed solution reduce only pesticide misuse or also help with the fertilizer and water management?
Which solution he's or she is talking about? No, I never put here the solution. It's a problem statement, am I right? So I don't know what solution you are talking about. Um, but that's what I said. In this problem statement, you can find lot of problems. It's a multiple problem statement. That's what they say. Multiple challenges. Okay. As I said, list out all the problems of the farmers. Then either you can discuss with them which could be the top priority for them. Work on their top priority. That is priority of your customer. If it suits your budget, if not, you can prioritize with respect to your aspects and choose the projects. Okay. But I'm sorry, so I could not understand where I have tell the solutions, but I never talk about solutions here. This is problem statement.
Any other questions? We have a lot of questions today. Barney sir, muted.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad that we have a lot of questions. People are asking the right questions. So
Yes.
those who are asking, you are really motivating us, and we are hoping it's helping all of you.
We expect a few questions also like this. We
Yeah.
have another 10. Yeah.
How
Devika from the,
important?
yeah, including.
Yeah, Devika. how important is including stakeholders' perspective when
When it
refining
is.
a problem statement?
It is important, very important. That's what I said. See, stakeholders first. Your customer first. Am I right? Without customer, why you need to solve this problem? Any invention or any solution to the problem should be with the perspective of the stakeholders or perspective of the customer. Otherwise, no use. What for you are working? Ultimately, unless otherwise your customer approve it or accept it, you may not get the revenue. You may not get the recognition. Am I right?
Yep.
So, perspective of the stakeholders is very, very important.
See, first of all, I think you should understand, Devika, the stakeholder. Who are all the stakeholders? Don't think stakeholders are only those who are funding the project. The customer is a very important stakeholder because if he is not there, then your project doesn't exist. So, the perspective of the stakeholder is absolutely important. This is, see, you can imagine. I'll give a simple example. What if we cook at home without asking what do you want to eat? So if I decide that I'm going to make pasta without even asking whether the people at home like the pasta or not, I mean, then there will be no takers, right? I mean, your food will go waste. So it is exactly the same thing. You cannot do something without understanding the perspective of your stakeholder, your customer. So you definitely have to do that.
Yeah, customer first. Whether it is corporate, whether it is a university, college, or everywhere, without customer perspective, no projects will be succeeded. That is for sure.
Yep.
Do you know how restaurants are finalizing their or keep on changing
Menu.
their menu card
Yep.
based on the customer feedback? What for they are running the business is a customer. Do you know how the signals, I mean, traffic signals are being designed based on the movement of the cars in any junction? Okay, they will all modify, according to the traffic conditions in the morning and evening, waiting time, and kind of things. Okay, whether it's working or not, that is different. Okay, in the road, the traffic conditions, who is the customer? We are customer. When we are driving, you are the customer. You should be able to drive the car without met with an accident at least time. Again, least time, safety first. That is without accident. The second thing is quality, comfortably. You know, so that means regulation. Okay, in the defined pathway. The third one is the cost at affordable time. If traffic is smooth, your consumption of petrol will go down. Am I right? So if nowadays most of the people they prefer to go with metro. Why? Avoiding the traffic. So it's a pull system. Am I right? So stakeholders' point of view, metro might have think that hey, come to metro. Metro is good. For example, one point to another point. For example, Coimbatore to Central. For example, so more than two wheeler, the metro is the fastest mode of commuting. But the problem is how to reach Coimbatore or any metro station. That's where now they are providing, requesting the MTC, the Transport Corporation, to provide the bus service, then bike or cycles. Am I right? So from customer perspective, they are thinking, identifying the problem and overcome the problem, so that now they are introducing the card. Am I right? Common card, common bus card, by using single card. Otherwise they will have to be in the queue and get the metro card to see. These are so many innovative ideas gone behind this, all with the respect to or from the perspective of the stakeholders or end users. Please keep it in mind, always customer first. Whatever the solution you are find out through the problem statement, you should give beneficiary to the customer with respect to QCD?
Okay, Praveen Raja, you have raised your hand. You can unmute and speak. MEFCO. Okay, any questions? Yeah, Shailendra Dande from Guru Nanak Dev. Sir, beyond technical accuracy, sir, I think 1 second, sir. Praveen Raja, yeah, you can ask your question.
Sir,
Yeah, go ahead.
yes, Praveen.
We are not able to hear your
Excuse
voice.
me.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
we can hear you, but you're breaking.
Or you can type your question if you have any issue. Okay, sir. Let him see. From Shailendra Dande, Guru Nanak Dev, sir, beyond technical accuracy, what qualities make a solution truly stand out for you? Usability, innovation, creativity, or business value?
Business value. So what for you are doing this innovation kind of things? Unless otherwise, if you can innovate anything and keep it in the showcase, that's different. Unless otherwise you have a business value for that, you cannot sustain in the market. I mean, ultimately, what for you are, but first you will have to be very clear what for this project innovate whatever. For example, suppose anything can be innovated, but what you are going to do with the innovation, it can be patent, and it should be used by the customer. Am I right? Whether they are paying you or not, that's different. But unless otherwise customers see the value in it, they will not buy. So in my opinion, that is the top. Business means money. That is very clear. So whatever, that's what I said, whatever you are innovating, if it is not add value to your customer, either with respect to safety, quality, or reduction in cost or reduction in timeline, nobody will respect that or nobody will interested in that particularly.
Okay. Siddharth Mefko, you have raised. You can unmute and speak. Siddharth Mefko. Okay. Okay. So yeah,
How
he
can we
sent.
create solutions that
Hmm.
solve problems in one place without causing new issues in another and effectively connect these two different challenges?
No, sorry, what is that, sir?
He's saying, how do we create solutions for a problem in one place without causing new
Oh,
issues
she's on.
in another? Effectively, how do you connect these different challenges?
Super question. Excellent question in my opinion. But if you observe my presentation, during the presentation I said two things. One is positive consequences of your solution. Other one is negative consequences of your solution. Both, any project in corporate will have these two things. Okay, one is problem, other one is the solution, which may impact reduce the impact of the original problem, but that should not create negativity or the negative consequences in the other processes. That is what your question. Super. This is what normally you can add. You can add. What are all the negative consequences of this solution? And what are all the impact with respect to QCD, what is it? So one is the major solution you are giving, major problem. Further, you are identifying the solution and is mitigated. Okay, then how much cost or timeline or safety or quality you are saving. Then negative consequences of this solution, what may happen for why, then what is the consequences of that, then to fix that what should be done, or you can say that our next project could be to mitigate that problem. But by doing one solution you should not end up in another problem which is high impact than the earlier one. Okay, then your project is get rejected. Can you understand? Problem number one, you are identifying a solution, but negative consequences may lead for problem number two, which may have less impact than the problem number one. That is very, very minor. There is no safety issue, there is no quality issue, less impact on cost and less impact on timeline. That is fine. You can if you specify that, the management or your stakeholders will be happy. They can choose whether your solution can be taken up or not, but that needs to be taken care also. It's a very good question. Huh? Corporate, normally we usually say positive consequences of the solution, negative consequences of the solution, then do the risk analysis, how the negative consequences risk is lesser than the earlier solution outcome, so that this project can go, is affordable. Or we can say that that project will be taken up next to fix the problem. It's again with respect to customer. Am I right? Which one customer wants to fix it is important.
Yeah, next question is Sailendra Dande again, that Guru Nanak, from your perspective, what is the most overlooked challenge teams face while tackling this problem?
What is the maximum?
What is
Or
the most overlooked challenge teams face while tackling this problem?
This problem means generally is asking.
generally,
Generally.
but I'm involving in this, our problem statement evaluation in the last at least 5 6 years. I am more than that, but still the most challenges is that the most of the problems comes with the solution. That is point number one. Then less than 5% of the problem statement I can see the data. So
Data.
if data supported with the data, so if
Yeah.
you can avoid the problem statement with the solution, that will be great. That is a big success for us. The second thing is, please make or incorporate as much as possible the data to support your problem and data to support your problem consequences. These are the two major challenges today with respect to the current Innova project problem statement is concerned.
And next question is Tariq Wagid, can you provide examples of how pilot testing helps validate solutions before full implementation?
Definitely,
How is
pilot
it
is
connected here? Yeah, that is not connected to this session.
yeah.
I don't know why you are asking this question. Anyway, yeah, you can answer that, sir.
No, no, no. So it's like why pilot is required. That is what he is asking. Am I right? So how it
Yeah,
is
yeah,
helping is so. Suppose you are avoiding the pilot and directly going into the prototype and it fails. So all your effort and money and time gone waste. Am I right? So even I can say before go for pilot, theoretical. That is why if you see my presentation in the last slide, okay, so better you go with the theoretical. Identify potential solution and see the theoretical result of each solution by calculation, by simple method. Then you go for a pilot or prototype. So money is important, time is important, your effort is important. Am I right? Why you should waste your time? Yeah.
Okay, one more. Two questions have come. Naveen Prakash Mefco is asking very good questions. Sir, for example, metro transportation, which is in practice in metropolitan cities, some part some part of the rural areas in India even still suffer for proper road routes. So, what effective measures could solve problems that are similar to this?
Now you are asking me to write the problem statement for this. You you already throw the problem. Shiva, you are expecting me to write the problem statement and do the root cause analysis and come with solution. Am I right?
Yeah.
It's
See,
good. And I will support you if you take this project. Huh? I will
ah,
come and support you. No problem.
Okay, so next question. So even the Avinash Moses again from Mavco is, sir, even though we have the problem and solution, limited knowledge of software and hardware, create solutions that address problem in one area without causing new issues elsewhere and effectively connect these different challenges. I think he asked the same.
Yeah. So it's called it defect effect analysis you will have to do. Okay. So one is the defect and what is the effect, then solution. Again, you will have to do from the solution, as I said earlier, positive consequences and negatively how it is impacting. Then you fix it. Okay. We just now we discussed. Yeah.
Okay, next, any questions? Very interesting questions.
I'm glad actually the initial response has been pretty much satisfied by a lot of good questions. I hope it was a very useful session for all of you.
Yeah. So one thing I want to communicate here is that the problem is very important. Okay, to for that is a basic for any innovative ideas. Okay, so my suggestion to students is that please start populating the problems you come across. Okay, technical side or whatever day to day around you. If it is not useful for today, tomorrow it may useful. So whenever you try to resolve the problems with very small tools like brainstorming, Y-by analysis, or fishbone diagram, 80-20 concept of how to prioritize it and kind of things, definitely that will help you in the long run in your career. Okay, so you know very well that so how Gillette has come up with the twin blade and three blade and kind of thing. I already said in the last session also. Okay, the whenever the challenge is there, there is always a invention. So don't afraid of problems. Please be into the problems and work on the problems to identify the solution that may end up in new ideas. Okay, so wish you all the best.
Can
That's
we
it.
run the Slido quiz? So rerun the Slido quiz. Now let's see what's your understanding
Yeah.
of the
Sir, you
session.
can stop share, sir. Subhayan.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm going to share my screen. Okay.
Yeah, now it's coming.
Coming, right? Okay. So I'm going to, so I hope you're all still in Slido. The same quiz is going to be run again. This time you are going to answer with the knowledge of it. Let's see how many of you get it right. How many? Only. Hey, please, I hope you are still a part of Slido. You're not logged out of Logo. Slido, sorry.
Maybe that I will paste it anyway. Once again.
Hmm.
So I'm pasting the Slido link in the chat box. So please register. Suppose if you have not registered.
So first question is this. I think very few people have answered, and all of them got it right. Okay, let's go to the next question.
Okay.
Yeah, good. 74% has got it right. See, the data point is giving there is making the difference. The next question.
Just answer your question through browser.
Yeah, come to the Slido and answer the questions. This question, not many have got it right. The last fourth one. Somebody asked a question about stakeholders' perspective. I mean, this is a very good example to clarify your question. The commuters and the local business owners, they are the ones who are affected by the traffic congestion. So their perspective is very important. The next question. This should be easy to address. Eighty percent got it right. Good. So we have a leaderboard at this stage. District Paudal, and he is leading it. Ankit Segde, Ritika, Ashwin, Chandan Kumar. You are all in the same level. The fastest finger is also matters. So let's go to the sixth question. Yep, 74% got it right. Good.
We are in which question?
We are in question number 8.
Okay.
Good. So this is a good example where you can understand what is expected in the problem statement. Yep. Most of you got it right. The last question. Not many got it right this time. Anyway, thank you. That's all we have done. So the winner is Bistrit Padol. Congratulations. 9 out of 10. Very good score. One of the tough competition, I guess. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Then thank you to all.
Sir, you can give a concluding remarks, Barney sir, 1 or 2 minutes and summary.
Yeah. I mean, I hope you all had a very good learning in this session. It's going to be very important. See, you are all going to submit your documents very soon, in which you are going to explain the problem statement. We are exactly going to look for what has been taught today. I'm going to look for the problem statement. I'm going to look for the data points, such which will justify your problem statement. Both are going to be equally important. So based on that, you will be rated, given grades, you'll be evaluated. So please make use of the session. If any of your friends who are going to participate in the competition has not attended the session, please advise them to watch the video. I am sure it will be very beneficial when they actually participate in the competition. Okay, thank you so much, Subain sir, for
Thank you.
your
Thanks
all
to
the
all.
efforts. I'm sure the students are very well benefited by this. So looking forward to working with you again. Yeah.
So thanks for the opportunity and wish you all the best,
Thank you,
students.
sir, Barney sir.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Barney
Thank
sir.
you all.
Thank you.
Request the participants to submit your feedback. So please submit your feedback. I have pasted the feedback link here.
Okay. Thank you
Okay.
all.
Thank you, sir. I'm stop recording.